Hi, and welcome to the speedrun guide for Mission 7 Letter Delivery Flash Adventure by Tiki and Trinosaur. It's a short speedrun, lasts around 3 minutes, but those 3 minutes will be hell for what I'm about to show you. So here, get used to the controls, spacebar to talk, WAS to move, E to open items. You don't have to press E at all during the speedrun, unless you're like really forgetful, you just want to show off the items. But yeah, timing starts whenever you hit play and the first comic comes up. So this is the first comic that shows up when you press play. It's 4 pages long, and you think you wouldn't have any kind of control or movement during this part, but when you press space, you talk to the Espion that you are spawned in front of, and you get the smoke bomb that she gives you. Pretty useful. And now what you have seen is that I've transitioned from one map to another while the comic is still on screen. Which normally wouldn't be possible, but it's all thanks to a very, it's a simple but very difficult trick. So there's a quirk with talking with NPCs in this game, where if you talk to them and immediately press a directional key, you immediately close the box for talking to them. I don't know why this happens, but it's a thing. And if you press more than one directional key, there we go. So when I press 2 keys instead of 1, I immediately close the first box and open up another. You do not want this happening in a run, or else, yeah, you might have to quit and restart there. Now, what makes this trick very difficult to do is that you have to do it multiple times in a run. This is the first NPC that you talk to that has 2 dialogue boxes that you have to skip through. And you don't want to press space a 3rd time, or else you activate the dialogue box, and you might want to just restart the run there. But yeah, you have to do it 2 times in a row here. All the NPCs in this game have a set number of dialogue boxes that you must advance in order to complete the game, and I'll have them on screen right now. And that's the amount of times that you have to quick dialogue box through this game. So yeah, better get practicing to that trick. Now, when you transition over to the first forest segment in the game, there's this quick comic that you have to go through, and you can just immediately close it once it appears. Just don't put your cursor like too far to the right, or else you won't activate the box to advance the comic. Now, in a casual playthrough, you might get lost in a forest like this, unless you just have Trinosaur's guide open. But forest is not that difficult to navigate if you memorize the route. And as for the route itself, next you can go and get the oil from the Stiglets. He's one of the few NPCs where you only have to quick dialogue box once. And the optimal dialogue box direction to go is downwards. Now, don't go right here, because it's a dead end. You'll have to go up. Don't go right here, because this is also a dead end. Instead, when you're down here, you'll want to go diagonally upwards until you reach this part, in which you go diagonally down right. Next up in the route, you have to grab the energy root, which is all the way up here. This is also one of the few NPCs where you can quick dialogue box them only once. And the optimal direction here is down. Then you go through this path. Because the next item we'll have to get is the nugget at the cave at the end. I hate getting the nugget at this part. So the optimal dialogue box skipping direction is A, but sometimes I fail that, and if you want to be safe, you can do down. It's not going to hurt that much. But after we go get the nuggets, we'll have to go all the way back to this Vibrava right here. Every other NPC at this point, you'll have to dialogue box them 2 times, but for this Vibrava specifically, you have to do it 3 times. I did it once, I failed it, and then I did it again for the 3rd time. He gives you the lava cookie. After the Vibrava, we have to go down to these kids right here. You only have to talk to this Starly here. Optimal direction there is right, but you can also do up if you want to be safe. And also forgot to mention for the Vibrava, the optimal direction for quick dialogue box is up. But you can also go down if you want to be safe. I don't know why, but I just trust the up and down keys a lot more than the left and right ones. After we get the wheel, we have to talk to Malt. And again, optimal is right. Go down if you want to be safe. Now after we go to Malt, we have to head back to Forest 2. For every subsequent visit to Forest 1, you could just go through here like this. Always go down on the third one, on the third path. Taro's optimal direction is right. Go down if you want to be safe. Then we head back up to the cave. Digla here. I'd say go down is the optimal, because if you hold right, you'll go against the wall. And then once we get the diamond from the Diglett, we head up here to the Raticate. Optimal quick dialogue box there would be down, since I haven't had any luck with right. And then once you have the money from the Raticate, you go to the shifter here, quick dialogue him twice, and that's time. Timing stops on the first frame when the final comic appears. And that's pretty much the run there. This next section is just going to cover a couple of oddities that I found. Forest 2, which is the area with this Tauros right here, is probably the weirdest zone in the game in terms of functionality, because it has like 2 spots where you can get soft locked in. The first soft locked is right here in this transition between Forest 2 and Forest 1, where if you get really unlucky... Okay, yeah, here we go. If you hug up to the top, there's a rare chance you get stuck in this spot here and you can't move. And you can't do anything except to reset. Or you can watch the majesty of a fire horse being near a tree and not having it burn down. Okay, so this next oddity has to do with this corner up here at the transition between Forest 2 and the cave area. And yeah, you can just walk through it. I've looked at the collision sprite, and it should have been solid here, but for whatever reason you can still walk through it. You think this would be useful for that one spot on the run where you grab the diamond from the Diglett and go back to the first area to get the money from Raticate. But if you try to go out of bounds to skip past the Forest 1, you instead get stuck here, and that's the second soft lock in the run. And finally, the last oddity is there's no Shroomsworth in this game. Fennell's here, though. I mean, he has to be here. He's the one who gave you the mission. And that pretty much covers everything for this speedrun guide. I'd like to see you all get angry trying to do the quick dialogue box skips, because trust me, they are exhausting. But yeah, see ya.